into Burning Man? Me neither. All that dust would make my hair go flat. And let's just say that certain people should never be naked. But Burning Crusade? I'm all about that. Get set for an all World of Warcraft Burning Crusade episode of Cheat. For the Alliance! Cheat, the video game show your mama warned you all about. I'm Kristen Holt, and in this episode, we're on a mission. No, not a mission, a crusade. I've got the inside, backdoor, top secret goods on World of Warcraft's Burning Crusade expansion pack. Whether you're a Blood Elf or a Draenei, this is the only show you'll ever need to navigate the new territory. The online sensation grows. World of Warcraft will suck away more of your life with the Burning Crusade, and you'll love it. On your path to eventually defeating the Doom Lord Kazak, you'll explore over 10 new dungeons, befriend entirely new factions, and gain the ability to fly across the Outlands. The opening of the Dark Portal isn't the only thing to worry about. This time, 2 new races have arrived. The Horde has gained a new friend in the Blood Elves, while the Alliance now fights alongside the Draenei. Each side now has access to a previously unavailable class, so you'll finally see Horde Paladins and Alliance Shamans. As you learn about your new alliance, you'll also learn about the new division. Shatrath City, the economic hub of the Outlands, will force you to choose between the Scryers and the Aldor. So what's it gonna be? Are you ready for the Outlands? For Doom Lord Kazak? For the Burning Crusade? OMG, Doom Lord Kazak? I went to middle school with his sister. She was a cutter. That whole family is a little nuts, to be honest. Except the youngest, Murray Kazak. He's in sales or something like that. Anyway, let's kick things off with a walkthrough of the first big instance you'll encounter, the Hellfire Ramparts. Located on the lower level of Hellfire Citadel, Hellfire Ramparts starts you off slowly with just a single patrol to avoid. As you work your way across the bridge through the corridors, you'll eventually reach the Bone Chewer Beastmaster. Don't bother trying to sap anyone. The Beastmaster can smell you a mile away. But he isn't just simply a sniff master. As you kill him, he'll summon a group of hounds and an extra enemy. So don't take this fight lightly. Keep fighting through the corridors until you reach Watchkeeper Gargulmar, the first boss in Hellfire Ramparts. Make sure you have enough space so you won't get knocked into extra enemies. The main strategy is to kill the 2 Hellfire Watchers first, because they will heal Gargulmar when called upon. Send your main tank to occupy Gargulmar, CC one of the Watchers, and focus all your damage on the other. Then proceed to kill the other Watcher before focusing on Gargulmar. Now, finish the fight so you can collect your loot. Continue through the corridor and up the spiral ramp. However, don't go too far up the ramp. At the top, there's a mob of 5 you need to prepare for. The plan for this fight is to reduce the number of enemies you're engaging to 2. So use whatever you can to CC enemies, whether it means turning them into sheep or trapping them. Remember to focus fire on one enemy while continually controlling the rest. Once you've cleared the halls, the second boss is just ahead. But don't be hasty. Take your time and clear the platform before moving on. And your reward for doing that? A chest for you to open on the left. Now proceed across the bridge to the right and prepare to meet the boss, Omor the Unscarred. The fight with Omor is pretty standard, but that doesn't mean it'll be a piece of cake. Charge! First, send your main tank to engage him. Have everyone spread apart, because the demon will cast a curse that causes members next to the afflicted to receive damage. As you're focusing your damage on Omor, a Fellhound will be summoned every 15 seconds. Have your range attackers eliminate them immediately. Continue this process until Omor is deemed lootable. Collect your goodies and move on to the final boss. Yes, the end is in sight. You see that Nazgul-looking enemy? Well, that's not the Witch King of Angmar. It's Vazrudin, the final Ramparts boss, astride his trusty steed, Nazan. Fully buff your party and get to the end of the ramp to engage the final 2 sentries. Once you've eliminated the sentries, Vazrudin the Herald will dismount from Nazan. Have your main tank pick him up and get your party spread across the platform. Even though Vazrudin is separated from his ride, Nizan the dragon will hover in the air and launch fireballs that continue to cause damage if you stay in the flames. Stay the course and focus all your fire on Vazrudin. When his health gets low, Nizan will come to his aid. Your main tank will now have to fight the dragon while the rest of the party does their best to finish off Vazrudin. The tank should concentrate on keeping Nizan facing away from the rest of the party to prevent collateral damage from his fire breath attack. Keep your tank alive. It's gonna be a fight to the finish.
Brilliant!
Now that you've defeated the last boss, collect your loot from the chest and give a big cheer.
Brilliant!
Hooray! Sure, it's a tough neighborhood, but that's where all the good loot is. The bigger the risk, the greater the reward. Stick around. When Cheat returns, I'll show you all the pros and cons of Burning Crusade's new playable races, the Draenei and Blood Elves. But first, here's a quick cheat to boost your reputation with the Cenarian Expedition. Want to increase your reputation with the Cenarian Expedition in the Outlands? Here's how to boost your heroic character past the neutral-friendly state, where all you get is a lousy flare gun. Start off in Zangarmarsh by slaying any Dreghood drudges, Darkcrest sorceresses, or slavers that you see. Keep at it, and you'll soon find yourself friendly with a Cenarian. After that, it's best to keep running Coralfang Reservoir dungeons until you reach your desired reputation with the Cenarian Expedition. Welcome back to a very special cheat. No, it's not about drugs or teen pregnancy. This is a very special All Burning Crusade episode. You may have noticed new playable races in this World of Warcraft expansion pack. Each brings its own strengths and limitations. First up, the Draenei, or Exiled Ones. An interdimensional spaceship called Exodar has crash-landed in the Outlands. Her inhabitants, a race known as the Draenei, are on the run from Sargeras. But these refugees possess powers unique to their race and can even become shamans. Draenei can combine their shaman abilities with any other class except rogue or druid. They are natural healers, which, as you can imagine, will save your butt more than once. The race also possesses more passive traits, like the increased likelihood of any Draenei party members to hit with spells or melee attacks. They're also gifted jewel cutters, which can increase your skills in the newly available jewel crafting profession. Starting in Azure Mist Isle, you'll quickly level up and move on to Bloodwatch. The next beginner zone you encounter is Blood Mist Isle, just north of Azure Watch. There, you'll have enough quests to get your Naru Blessed Draenei to level 20. Kill your fill of blue owls, elder bears, and sea serpents before heading to the Eastern Kingdoms and possible contested territory. So you want to be a jewel crafter? Azure Mist Isle is the place to be. The jewel crafting trainer is inside the Exodar. Approaching level 20, you can obtain a particular quest at Vindicator's Rest, which is west of Bloodwatch. Completing this quest yields decent weapon rewards for all class types at level 20. You'll be declared a hero among the Draenei and rewarded with special loot. Find and talk to Demolitionist Legoso at Vindicator's Rest for the quest entitled Ending Their World. But before you begin, make sure to bring a buddy. You're going to be fighting some elite mobs that have more health than normal ones, and the quest will begin as soon as you accept it. Your goals are to follow and protect Legoso as he destroys the Vector Coil and slay the evil Eridar named Saronis. Follow Legoso west along the road until you hit the camps of Blood Elves. Spare your mana and abilities, as the real fights are yet to begin with the Sunhawk Elite Blood Elves. Let Legoso tank most of the mobs, since he himself is an elite with much greater health than normal. Just make sure you're dealing out the damage too. Eventually, you'll make your way up the path to the first explosive site, where you need to watch Legoso's back while he sets the charges. Once the bombs go off, continue escorting Legoso to the top of the Vector Coil and kill everything that attacks your party. After the second set of explosives goes off, Saronis will attack. Remember your gift of the Naru ability to heal Legoso or anyone else in danger during the fight. Also, stay clear of her line of sight, as Saronis deals out cleave attacks which hit multiple targets in front of her. When she's defeated, head back to Bloodwatch to claim your loot and become the newly declared hero of the Draenei in Blood Mist Isle. Inhabitants from across the land come and cheer for you. As you make your way down, you'll encounter Prophet Velen, who rewards you with a cool tabard to show off for your hard work in the name of the light. Oh boy, a tabard! That's basically the World of Warcraft equivalent of getting underwear and socks for your birthday. But it's the thought that counts, I suppose. Anyone in the mood for some Easter eggs? The Blizzard Boys are some of the biggest sci-fi nerds you'll ever meet. Don't believe me? Get a load of the nerdy Easter eggs they've peppered throughout World of Warcraft. If the Millennium Falcon can complete the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, how many would it take for an Elec to do it? Find out for yourself. Kessel, off Bloodmist Isle, offers a quest to Draenei adventurers, the privilege of riding an Elec in a Kessel Run. And the Star Wars references don't end there. The boys at Blizz even brought Luke's whiny voice back.
You're a tall one.
There's Toshley Station out in the Blade's Edge Mountains, complete with power converters and a protocol droid to go with it. If you hang around Toshley Station long enough, you'll periodically experience a Ravager invasion. But don't worry, the Roughbacks are there to save the day, led by the venerable Razak Ironside. Ironside? As in Michael? From Starship Troopers?
Hey.
You conspiracy nuts will want to visit the Netherstorm Desert, home of Area 52. I guess Area 51 is just a decoy. Now, if you're looking for an alien and can't find one, maybe it's because you don't remember seeing one. Now, who's playing games on you? It's the Men in Black, erasing your memory every time you walk through the entrance. Wow, that glow is friggin' bright. But lucky for you, you don't remember seeing it. Well, one thing I do remember seeing is this crazy evil robot attacking Area 52. It was enormous and evil, and his name was, Negatron, more than meets the eyes. Since we're on the subject of cartoons from the 80s, take a look at Adam Eternum. He's the battle master in Shatrath City. Oh, sorry, you might know him as He-Man. He's even got his trusty battle tiger and his legless wizard pal Orico at his side. And for those true fans, take a look at Keldor the Lost. Look familiar? He should. It's Skeletor using his former name from the early series. Wow, does anybody know how to say nerd in Aridin? Seriously, that was off the meter. We'll be right back with a look at the newly playable Blood Elf race when Cheat's Burning Crusade special returns. But first, here's how to shore up your reputation with the Sporgar. You'll want to unlock quests for Coralfang Reservoir by earning reputation with the Sporagar along the western side of Zangarmarsh. Starting out as unfriendly with these peaceful mushroom men, you can earn reputation all the way up to revered by simply slaying a bog giant of one variety or another. These bad boys yield 15 reputation points per kill and can also drop what's called Bog Lord Tendrils. Turn in 6 of them for 750 rep points. Cheat's Burning Crusade special. This World of Warcraft expansion pack features another new playable race in addition to the Draenei. The Blood Elves are allied with the Horde, and they look nothing like Orlando Bloom. Here's how to make the most of their malevolent mojo if you decide to play on their side. With the arrival of the expansion pack comes a new Horde race, the Blood Elves. A mere remnant of the once glorious High Elves, these corrupted creatures of magic once fought alongside the Alliance in the battle against the Scourge. But soon they would feel betrayed and join the ranks of the Horde. With an undying thirst for arcane powers, the Blood Elves naturally have a knack for magic. This translates to bonus racial traits for you. Enhancing your resistances to all schools of magic and a skill increase for enchanting are just some of the racial features Blood Elves boast. But the best racial abilities are the Mana Tap and Arcane Torrent skills. With these, you can drain a target's mana and charge yourself with arcane energy, which can be released by using the Arcane Torrent ability. Arcane Torrent will also silence your enemy for 2 seconds, which disables them from casting any spells, a skill very useful in both PvE and PvP. Blood Elves can also join the Paladin class, which was previously restricted to the Alliance. Beginning in Eversong Woods, you'll enjoy vast greenery and majestic architecture until you move along to the Ghostlands. The evidence of the Scourge is everywhere, a drastic change from the peaceful lands surrounding Silvermoon City. Here you will quest for some time and have your first encounters with the undead. But if you find yourself near the western side of the Ghostlands, head over to Windrunner Spire and start killing Death Home acolytes. Soon enough, one of them will drop an item called the Lady's Necklace. After you loot the necklace, right-click it to begin a quest which directs you to High Executor Mavrin in Tranquillion. When you arrive and show him the necklace, Mavrin will then ask you to take it to Sylvanus Windrunner in the royal quarters of the Undercity. Accept the quest and take the flight path back to Silvermoon City. Once you're there, use your map and run all the way to the inner sanctum of Sunfury Spire. It's located at the northwest corner of Silvermoon City. Enter the main building and up the small ramp. Here, you'll see a red glowing crystal ball. Use this orb of translocation to cross over to the Undercity. Then run to the elevator and ride it down into the Undercity's trade district. Your map will direct you to the royal quarters. Stay along the moat and you'll see a middle hallway with 2 undead guards on either side. Keep running all the way back and locate Sylvanus Windrunner. Give the necklace to Lady Sylvanus and watch the Banshee Queen break down into a sorrowful song about her lost sister, Ilaria.
Did I mention that the cheat sheet is back? Yup. Visit g4tv.com/cheats for over 15,000 tips, tricks, and codes covering every platform since the Atari 2600. We're heading into the Underbog when Cheats Burning Crusade special continues, but first, use this quick cheat to up your rep with the Consortium.
Want to strengthen your reputation with the Consortium? Keep plugging away at repeatable quests like the Oshu Gun crystal fragments until you become friendly. After that, it's best to run mana tombs until you're honored, as most trash mobs give a reputation boost. Getting to revered and exalted states require more repeatable quest turn-ins with Obsidian Warbeads or Zaxxas Insignius, and by completing quests from Stormspire.
Welcome back. Just can't get enough of this Burning Crusade, can ya? Well, you're in luck. I have a great new instance to show you, full of baddies, bosses, and tons of loot. Folks around these parts call it the Underbog.
The Underbog is one of Burning Crusade's best dungeons. With 4 bosses and 2 chests, there is loot aplenty. Located in the middle of Serpent Lake, getting to the dungeon is always a nice trip, and don't forget to bring your Speedos. Before you start, bring your reputation with the Sporigar up to friendly. It'll open up quests that you can complete in the Underbog. Better to kill 3 birds with 1 stone. As you start out, you'll be led through a tunnel into an open space. The mobs are pretty standard and shouldn't pose any problems. Moving along, to the right, you'll find a chest. Work your way around, grab the chest, and then swing through the tunnel. Head up the ramp where you'll find the last 2 bog giants before the first boss, Hungerfin. Off-tank one of them, and focus fire on the bog giant engaged by your main tank. Then proceed to finish off the other. Hungerfin isn't too tricky to tackle, but do watch out for his spells. Start the attack like any standard fight. During the battle, Hungerfin will drop mushrooms at ranged attackers, which will rapidly grow and cause a lot of damage if players are unaware. Quickly move out of the way of these ferocious fungi. As you continue to attack Hungerfin, watch for his health level. Once it's low, Hungerfin will cast Fungal Spore, rooting him and draining life from anyone nearby. Once he's done with the spell, come back and finish him off, then collect your loot. Advance your way across the bridge and take care of all bog giants and bats as you circle up the hill to the second bridge. Work through all the mobs until you see Gazan, a giant 2-headed water dragon. The key to this fight is keeping the boss facing away from ranged classes, preventing the poison cone attack. If it isn't properly handled, everyone behind the tank will be affected. However, positioning near the end offers no safety as Gazan has a tail swipe, which leaves us with the flank as the ideal spot to engage Gazan as a damage dealer. Keep this up, and your reward is a nice photo for your desktop background. After you're done posing, jump off the platform for a quick swim. Work your way through the crack in the wall and round up your party. If you have the quest Lost in Action, the Earthbinder Rag is hiding in the bushes. The second druid is up ahead, but you'll have to work through a couple of mobs of Fenrays and wasps before you see him. Once you reach Musalek and Claw, rest up because this fight will be tough. Since Muselek and Claw will both resist all your crowd control spells, your only other option is to off-tank one of them, and that would be Claw. The goal of this fight is to kill Muselek as fast as possible since he's the one that deals out heavy damage. So nuke that sucker! After you finish Muselek, the fight with Claw is a standard tank and spank. But wait, he won't die. Oh, I get it. He's the other lost druid. That makes sense. Collect your loot and move on. The final boss is near. Work your way through the last Underbog Lord, and you'll see some Fenray corpses lying on the floor. You've now reached the Black Stalker. Once you're ready and prepared to fight, it's time to rumble. Have everyone spread out, negating the Black Stalker's chain lightning and static charge effects. In the middle of the fight, the Stalker will periodically grab someone in the air and then drop them, causing massive damage. However, while being juggled in the air, range attacks can still be used, so don't give up. Since this is your last fight, it's time to leave all you've got in the dungeon and bring down the Black Stalker. Now go collect your loot and pose for a snapshot. Nothing like a framed screenshot to commemorate your adventures with your buddies.
That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed our All Burning Crusade special. If you missed any of these tips, visit us on the web at g4tv.com/cheat. You can also write to us at cheat@g4tv.com. Until next time, I'm Kristen Holt, and you've been cheating.